Okay, I want to begin by saying thanks for purchasing one of my mobiles, and I'm going to show you what I think is probably the best way to put these together. And we're going to start by busting everything out, and I've putting them into piles with our attachment pieces, a bunch of little squares, just kind of dress things up. More of the shorter sticks, longer sticks, and the ceiling hanger. So I'm gonna show you how I think is the best way of doing that, and you can either put these together with Made in Alaska on the outside or not. So there, I've got them put together, and how many of these you put on is really up to you. I'm going to start with 3. I think the directions show that it has 4 on each side. And with the notches on the outside being up, our center connector, which is going to go to the ceiling, has got to be up with the hole pointing up, and then 3 to the outside. You should have enough in your kit that you can put 4. The directions show 4 on the outsides there, and you should be able to do 4 of each. So then we're going to go with 2 on the outside. The connector gotta go in there in that little notch, so you have to get things aligned, and it might be easiest to line those up, and I'm just getting those to where they're, this is acting like it's going to be kind of tight. If that's going to be the case, you may have to sand slightly. But these little notches where they were on our little pop-out parts, those sometimes make for a hang up when it's sliding across. But yeah, they're gonna slide just fine. It's you know, you might just have to slide them 1 at a time, 2 at a time to get them to move, but they will slide. Okay, so back to our outsides. We got that, and so that's going to point down on the outsides, and cap it off with 2 more. And I always like having the smoky sides to the outsides. You see what I'm talking about there? So the lettering on the outside notches, the hanger pointing down. On our center section, the hanger is pointing up, and it's going to be that same case on all 4 of our, got that hanger pointing down, and in the notch, 2 on there just for a little design, or make it look a little better. Okay, at this point you can take and put a drop of glue on these outside pieces. The center section is going to have to slide, so you don't want to glue this center section. Okay, so it doesn't slide easy, but it will slide, which is probably better when you go to hanging this thing. You don't want it sliding a whole bunch. Okay, so we're going to set that one aside and go to one of our short ones. Here again, with these notches up, we'll slide two these guys on, and we'll put the smoky side to the out. So we got two on there, and the attaching piece is going to go up. Now that one is a little tight. Why? I'm not sure. But if we got to sand this edge or this edge, do it to make things slide a little easier. But here again, you really don't want it sliding too awful easy, or you're gonna pay. It's gonna be difficult when you go to actually putting on your ornaments and hanging it up. So we're just gonna do two of the squares on both of the outsides on these shorter sticks. Oh, and that's not right. So, 1, 2, just for a little design. Should makes it look a little nicer. Okay, I got one there, and our connector pointing down on the outsides. Another square to the outside, and just get it straight. There again, put a drop of glue on that, and it'll be ready. And put the smoky side to the inside here, and you can go the inside or outside, I guess, but when it's on the inside, it turns to be the outside and exposed. So kind of hard to explain that, but that's what I mean by inside. Okay, and we're going to set that aside. And just to make things easier, a little shorter video. That's really all there is to that. You would do the same thing 2 more times on these short sticks. Okay, and that would, so I'm going to move this out of the way and bring in a completed one. And we've got the boats tied on already, but I'll just show you what it looks like. It's also on your directions how that will look if you're this far along. And we got our top piece. You know, you can make them any length you want as long as you got this headroom to get to the height that you want. I like to make these a little staggered, so I go short on the double side, a little bit longer on the single side, and then a little bit longer again on the double side. And then it's just a matter of connecting your strings to your ornaments to get it to hang and look how you want. So I'm going to take that away and show you, hopefully our string is going to be visible. We got a colored string here, so hopefully it's going to be easy enough to see. But to run this through the hole, okay, bring that back through and through the one pinch, okay, and let's see how you get that to where you can see it. Okay, so around the pinch and then around again. Okay, hopefully you can see how that works. Went through the hole, around, and both of those side pinchers, and you tug on that and it's not gonna come apart. Okay, you know, if you want to put a little drop of glue on there, a little safety, but that is pretty dang tough, especially with the braided line that I give you. You're not gonna break it. So another little part that I give you is another little pinch clamp. I'm looking for something to tie to, but we're just going to tie it through here. It was really meant to go through an ornament and then back up, but same idea here. We're going to go through the hole. Okay, so we're just going to imagine that was our ornament that we went through, and you can pinch those together. Okay, so we got both strings in there. Taking this little guy that has the little cut into it, we're going to put that through and bring it all the way down, pinch that all the way down, and I pull on it, and it's going to want to come out. So to give it a wrap, okay, not sure if you can see that, but I hope my string's long enough, and it's not. So let me take that out. Try that one more time. Okay, so give yourself enough string to work with. You can always cut some off. So I got the two pieces in there, and I bring them in to our little pinch clamp. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, we got her there. So then I'm going to give it a wrap and come back through. You can see that I wrapped it around, come back through, and I'm pulling it down into that pinch, and that will hold. Okay, here again, to put a little drop of glue in there. I like having it up real nice and tight to our ornament. Put a little drop of glue in there, and you got some safety and a little insurance, I guess, so the ornament won't fall. But you're not tying knots. If you're good at tying knots, don't mind tying knots. Just use knots and throw these little pinch clips away. But just thought I'd throw those in, hopefully make it a little bit easier for you. And if there's any questions or concerns, you're welcome to send me an email at signs@gci.net. And let me know if there's something I can do to make this easier for you. Again, thanks and enjoy.